This first video corresponds to the online assignment number 1. It is related to reflexive pronouns and prefixes. So we are going to see the grammar and vocabulary topics of the week. We have reflexive pronouns. Let's see the usages we can give them. So we use them when the subject and the object of a sentence refer to the same person or thing. For example, she is teaching herself to speak English, so she is her own teacher. We also use them to emphasize that we do something instead of someone else doing it for us. Example, I think I'll paint this room myself, so I will do it, nobody's going to help me. We use by plus reflexive pronoun to mean alone. He will go to school by himself, so nobody's going to give him a ride, he is going to go. We use them after, as well as, or like to substitute an object pronoun to be polite. Why a student like yourself has to work so hard? So we can use you or yourself, but in this case we are being more polite. We use reflexive pronouns after prepositions to clarify that an object refers to the subject of the sentence. My grandpa told his stories to himself. In this case, we are using to, and it is going to reflect on my grandpa. Finally, we can emphasize a noun or pronoun by using them. I enjoyed the movie itself, but I would prefer a different ending. So in this case, I am emphasizing the movie by using the reflexive pronoun itself. Now let's move to prefixes with multiple meanings. A prefix is a small, we can say syllable, that we can add to a word and it is going to change the original meaning normally to a noun. Mark is disappointed because he feels he is underpaid. Not enough salary, he is underpaid. So maybe he is thinking about looking for new opportunities. Lucy believes she is a superwoman, but sometimes she feels burnout. So she realizes she is not a superwoman. She is in the average, right? Not higher than that. Andrew is always overacting. He thinks we do not notice it. So he is making a drama of everything. So it is like exaggerating too much, right? Doing too much drama for any little thing that happens to him. Depending on each of the prefixes that we are using, under, super, over, we are going to have different meanings. Let's analyze a chart with different prefixes and their meanings, as well as some examples. We have prefixes as inter, counter, super, over, semi, under, and pseudo. Let's see. We can say inter when we are talking about two things, between two things or people, or when we are talking about joining things together. Intersection, so we are talking about two things, or we can say interdepartmental. In this case, is a place or activity that is done among different departments. Counter, in opposition to, or as a reaction to. Counterpart and counterterrorism. So in the first one is the opposition, right? The opposite, maybe team. And in the second one, counterterrorism is a reaction to. I mean, is a group maybe that is against that, right? We have super, more than usual or extremely. Superstar, more than a star, more than a celebrity. Super sensitive, so extremely sensitive. In case of over, we can say too much, like overacting, or from above, on top, across, overact, or overcoat. Then we have semi, partly, or half. Semi-sophisticated, so maybe part of, right? Semi-automatic, like a car, half automatic, half not. We have under, not enough, or below. Under sheriff, in another grade. or underbrush. Finally, we have pseudo, that is not real. Pseudo classic. So it is not really a classic one, right? So those are some examples that we can use. You can research for some more, and also you have some other examples on page 146 so that you can have a bigger idea or a clearer idea of how prefixes are used. It's important to know the meaning of prefixes because they can give us new words from the ones that we know, from nouns that we know, just by adding this little syllable at the beginning. So based on the two topics that you have in this video, let's complete the exercises on the book that were assigned to you, and also the ones that you can find in the online session form.